Little bubble, let me ride that rocket.
No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and 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 again. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again and again and again.
That's a scam!
Yeah, absolutely could pull it off without my math degree. Use very little math. Use a lot of elementary school math. Being comfortable with risk is very important.
No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and 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 again. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again and again and again.
That's a scam!
Little bubble, let me ride that rocket.
No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and 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 again. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again and again and again.
That's a scam!
Yeah, absolutely could pull it off without my math degree. Use very little math. Use a lot of elementary school math. Being comfortable with risk is very important.
Lovely internet friends, yes! Solana glasses, Solana Summer Island DAO and a bunch of gatherings. We remain bullish. We know we've gotten the right train. Things are going well despite the market going sideways. The real fake Solana glasses, the ones that destroy your eyes. Lovely friends. We're going sideways. This is a choppy market. What do you expect? You know, people think that it's easy, that crypto gains are just luck or just being an insider or whatever. It doesn't. It's the wrong narrative. It's the wrong narrative. Crypto pumps come after extreme patience, holding bags, picking the right narrative, sticking to your ideas, sticking to what you know. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. And this choppy market is scary. It is scary. And we are reaching a point where moving average indicators will turn into bearish. Slowly, as we're going sideways and maybe a little bit downwards. And the whole ecosystem, the crypto ecosystem, if you zoom out from Solana, you'll see that Ethereum has performed terribly. Like, wow, it's been going badly. Very few tokens, very few DeFi tokens have been pumping. Very bad. Cosmos ecosystem that was very promising for this bull run, going really bad. Osmosis, their main DeFi platform, and AMM, what is it, like 50% down? It's absolutely horrible. And the coin itself, Cosmos, hasn't done anything. The Binance ecosystem as well is not doing that well. Yes, the Binance coin pumped, just like Solana, maybe even more. But the ecosystem is the coins within, the innovation is just not really vibrant. On the other hand, in Solana, things are going sideways on one hand. On the other hand, the ecosystem is booming. So the long bet here is obviously Solana, and this is a short, it's not a long bet, it's a medium-term bet. The long bet here is innovation, crypto, Bitcoin. You just need to stay ahead of the curve, and this is what we do here. So in my mind, where this is going to test our patience, it's gonna test our diamond hands, it's gonna test our what we really believe in this narrative and how we've formed our realities. But I'm pretty sure that we are going to win in the end. Now, people call me about meme coins, people call me about NFTs, ask me about tips and shit like that. The meme coin game is extremely tough. I do not advise anybody to dip their toes in that. You need to be an internet native, you need to be a 4chan troll, you need to be a Reddit like basement dealer. It's not for everyone. It's not even for the few. It's like a very niche amount of people that can actually navigate these dirty, murky waters. So, like what? 5,000 tokens per day are minted in Solana, and 99.9 of them go to zero. Just don't play this game. And in the beginning, it feels easy. It feels like you're looking back the graphs, you're looking back the market caps, you're looking all this shit, and you're like, I can play this game. I can play this game. I can go from dogs and cats to memes to brands to stocks to whatever. Because what's happening now? GME and AMC and all these meme stocks that were pumping in 2021 are pumping now suddenly, and are also have been mimicked by shitcoins and have created meme tokens in their image, and they are trending and they are trading and they have volume and there is liquidity and people are making money, or at least some people are making money. Most people are going to lose their money. And how are you going to follow this narrative? How the fuck are you going to predict the transformation of the narratives from dogs and cats to brands to stocks or whatever? What is Mutai is trying to be a brand? There are lots of coins out there that try to be brands. How are you going to predict it? There is absolutely no way. In my mind, it's an even harder game than the NFTs, which NFTs are extremely hard because they are illiquid and you are undertaking immense amount of risk that you don't really feel it. You feel the hype, you feel its liquidity through the awesome markets in the Solana ecosystem, but it's fucking hard. It's really hard to find the bigger idiot to buy your pixelated art. And NFTs are working just like clubs. And I have to say, it's clubs are not that amazing. Like, yeah, you'll tell me, oh, if I held Mad Lads, I would be getting wormhole tokens and I would have been a winner. Dude, would you? I don't know, man. I don't know. I really think that this is just a different way to select a pool. Now, being inside that pool and costing you like $10,000-$15,000 is no. I wouldn't play that game either. So no meme game, no NFT game. And hello to Legend from plane number 123 that is trying to reach Crete and Island DAO. We'll talk about Island DAO shortly. So what is there to play? I think the play here is, and of course, guys, forget about the airdrops. Farming airdrops is a lot of work with very little return. The age of the airdrops to farm is in the bear time, is to find dApps that are good enough and don't have a lot of users just because it's bear market. You use them without the perspective of a token, and eventually you'll never know what's going to happen. You're going to get a Jito, you're going to get a Jupiter, you're going to get a wormhole, you're going to get something. Farming now the airdrops with points, I think you're being productized here. You're being recruited with very little in return. I would stay away from it now. If you're farming an airdrop in a dApp that you really like and would use if there wasn't an airdrop, then by all means go for it. If you have some extra information, DM it to me and of course pursue it. And you do you. You shouldn't listen to people on the internet. You shouldn't take advice. Follow your gut. But I don't think for the general population out there, the airdrop hunt is worthwhile. I really, really don't think so. Now, there are other things you can do. And for all of you out there looking for like stuff to do and make money, there's a lot of money in this crypto business. There's a lot of USDC that's very hard to get deployed, that teams have raised and they need to deploy it. I was mocking the other day Jupiter for putting a post up for a 3-month Reddit team to create hype and, I don't know, stir up the community in Reddit, the Jupe community in Reddit, that they would be getting like $30,000, 30,000 for 3 months. Maybe it was 26,000. It does not matter. It was a lot of money. And you know what? These guys got the money. They got the money. Now, if it was like his little cousin, his best friend, some insider, some friends that need to get paid, it doesn't matter. We're not looking at that. We're looking at the proposal that was put on chain. Let's assume it's on chain, which I don't think it's on chain. I don't understand. It's a really weird DAO, the Jupiter DAO. Who the fuck puts the proposals up? If I had a lot of Jupe, can I put a proposal up? I don't know. It's weird shit. I prefer realms. But there weren't other proposals. There were no counter proposals. So these guys asked for 25, 26K, and they got them. And I mean, if there were like another 6 proposals for Reddit teams, then yeah, I assume a better proposal would have won, a better allocation of money. So zooming even more out, when someone brings initiative, it's very easy to hate on because it's way harder to counter propose. So you need like understand that if you ask for something, there is high chance in the crypto world you'll get it. The other day, Dinslist DAO approved the $15,000 grant for a 3-month dashboard build. It's a lot of money. Back in the day, the Mango team asked for 1 million Solana, not $1 million in Solana, but for 1 million Solana in order to create Mango markets. They got them, but do you know why they got them? Because nobody else asked for it. Sure, it was like early 2021, doesn't matter. If you're around, man. Be around and you get. So, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of ways you can get paid. And it's easy to hate on the initiatives. It's way harder and more intimidating to be the one initiating things. So, my advice is to actually start things. Just do a competitive analysis for a project. Go pitch it to them and say, hey, I made this. You want to give me $1,000? Most probably going to give it to you. Especially one with a DAO that puts people to work for them. If they don't buy it, then go to another person and say, hey, I made this for these guys. You want a similar one for your project? And you know, one thing brings the other. You create a newsletter like Durden did back in the day. Then you get involved with more projects. You learn the news. You become an insider. You launch your own project. Just like Lifinity did. Then you become an even closer insider. You go to the events, you meet people, you launch new projects, you do footer key, you do MetaDAO, you get even more involved, get a larger airdrop, and you win. You'll stay afloat by trading, but you're not gonna win, really win. Chances are against you. There's a lot of noise, a lot of narrative, a lot of scam, but just go to DAOs, go to super team. Like my cute friend Annie is a Greek woman in tech. She really likes these blockchain things. You know what she did? She went to Super Team and asked for a pizza grant, and they gave her $300 to create a pizza night. She's an outsider. She doesn't even know how to use her Phantom wallet. Still asked and got it. So the moral of the story here is that there is a lot of money to be made in this sideways choppy market, because Solana has the spotlight. Coinbase is listing Jupe immediately, and Binance is listing Jito, and now Drift is coming. What, tomorrow Drift is coming? Guess who's launching as well with Drift? Coinbase. Dude, Solana is in the spotlight. Like, I had a friend of mine, no coiner, not even no coiner, not in the person is like, who's gonna tell you, I'm not really good with computers. You know, one of those people. He's getting paid in his Revolut like account through USDC on the Solana blockchain. My mind was blown away. He doesn't even know what he's doing. It's fucking insane. It's insane. So, you're watching this stream, you know your shit. You know your shit. Now, if you're watching this stream, you did not fall for the real greed. Come on, guys. Even my I really respect Seb Monty, but I think that was amateur. Telling people that the real grid signing up is also a good idea, and that might go to the moon. Like, what the fuck, Voshi and Grid Experiment? Come on, guys. If you're watching this stream, you know what's up. You really know what's up. So, I don't think it's time for you to get your hands dirty with hardcore speculation. I think keeping your Solana, keeping a couple of moonbucks that you hold, because you do you, because you belong in certain communities, because you hold certain NFTs, because you've had the experience you have at the moment, you have at your banks. You should not be like, you don't need to explain this to anybody, but I don't think it's time to really get into shitcoin. I think keeping your USDC, keeping your moonbucks, keeping your Solana, and kind of expecting Solana to slowly crumb up and get closer to Ethereum's market cap. Solana is working. Solana is used for non-financial transactions. Solana is killing it in the governance scene. DeFi is going well in the Solana ecosystem, and the economic activity on chain is higher than ever. And now, with the rise of GME and AMC stocks and meme coins, this feels like, the canary in the coal mine, but in the good way. The canary that will kind of predict the big influx of capital. Because having AMC and GME stocks move, this is retail. There's no such meta investment fund that is going to play the meme stock game. I don't know. And if there is, it's not enough to move the market. So this kind of activity on the traditional finance side of things is a bullish indicator. It's a retail wave. It's a wave that lives online, that follows social media, that is following this hype and is creating this. Maybe it's another potential for a short squeeze. Like, I have no clue, but to me, this feels like it's going to transfer to blockchain shit. And just because I don't want to play the meme coin game, I don't want to play the NFT game, and I don't think farming airdrops is worth it, I'm going to keep my Solana. I'm going to stake them into validators. I'm not going to use too many shit that will threaten me with contract risk or I don't know, market manipulation and Oracle issues. Like I'm not losing my shit before the big pump. I'm predicting Solana above $500. At the same time, I'm predicting Ethereum at close to $10,000, maybe slightly under. It's gonna have a lot of selling pressure. I'm very sad that Ethereum is not making any noise with new upgrades, transition to Ethereum 2, staking, validators, new tech, new dApps, new shit. Vitalik is extremely quiet. He's just become a thought, a meta thought leader, with a meta philosopher. I miss the good old days. I mean, what would you expect from the youngest billionaire, youngest self-made billionaire? It is what it is. We have Anatoly. Anatoly is an active, let's say, frontman. Remember, like, Anatoly is the co-founder of Solana. There's a second one. Where's the second one? He's avoiding the spotlight. I mean, he's having a better time. Anatoly needs to have a bunch of security bodyguards and travel the world in order to meet a bunch of degens. Like you see him. He's wearing a hoodie and a jacket, like a blazer, like a suit. The jacket of a suit. Like hoodie and jacket of a suit. That's so early 2000s. You see, he's an introvert. Obviously. He's made to get on stage wearing a dinosaur costume. A dragon costume, what was it in the previous breakpoint? It's not easy. But we got a good leader. Cosmos is suffering on that front. Doesn't have a leader at all. We're decentralized. We don't have leaders, we're decentralized. Yeah. Sure, now you're still at $8. 6 years later. And then you get Cardano with Hoskinson being the leader, I think he's just driving away people at this point. I don't think, like you need to be very naive to fall for this, the narrative that Charles is pushing for so long. It gets tiring. Like in the beginning, you're like, oh shit, this guy has something to say. It gets super tiring. He's very pretentious, anti-capitalist, anti-conformist, and slightly communist. I don't know. Doesn't vibe well with me. Still has a lot of money. It's easy to beat this kind of shit if you have an endless balance sheet. And Cardano is super toxic and very anti-Solana. Kind of pleases me. So yeah, leaders. So Solana is positioned well. I'm keeping my Sol. I think we're gonna see Solana above $500. I'm gonna say $700, but that's too much. I'm gonna say above 500. And choppy market, still bullish. Another thing before I close, because I don't have much to say. Like as I told you, I'm not trading. I'm training and preparing for Island DAO. Traveling there on Friday early in the morning. I get a plane from Athens. It's a 40-minute plane ride. Fortunate. It's very close by. Going to meet Takisol, Legend, Dean Machine, Zico, a bunch more for the very, very, very early days of the event. And we're gonna do cool shit there. The co-working space is cozy. It's not the biggest thing. Like I don't expect. Like it's a DAO on an island with Solana insiders. How many are going to be? 40 people at the same time in the house. That's the house is made for about that amount of people around the pool, chilling at different rooms, meeting rooms, good Wi-Fi and shit. As a non-code person, like my obviously I'm not a developer. I got lots of cool things to do. We're going to do a couple of live reviews on important dApps with Dean's List DAO. So since Dean's List DAO is also a sponsor and mostly the organizer of this event, some of the feedback is going to happen there live. I know Legend is going to be there. I know Baba is also going to pass by. So we're going to have a good bunch there to actually test some dApps. And we're going to start with Futarkey as a service, something that the MetaDAO just launched, is in beta. We got beta tokens. Dean's List DAO is one of the first communities that is going to engage in this government experiment. It's very, very interesting. I don't know what kind of results it's going to yield. I think governance is already complicated, and making it even more complicated, I don't think it's going to be easy for people to digest. I will be streaming. I'm going to be doing short streams. Hopefully, I'm going to be sitting with various different Solana people. Realms is going to be there. Marinade is going to be there. A bunch of important teams are going to be there. Infrastructure teams, deep-in teams, validators, lawyers, accountants, all the snake oil for you. Kinda joking. And people are coming to have fun, but also work. I think it's a place that can combine those two. By the way, Dean's List has a bunch of reviews happening the next couple of months. Some of them are going to happen in the island. We're going to have a team, island-based team, that people that are attending Island DAO. So we're not going to open these tasks to the public, to the rest of the citizens, to the rest of the degens. But these are going to be few. They're going to be 2 or 3. And the list is long. There's Marinade, Mango Markets, Realms, Solflare, Ironforge, The Bridge Finance, Photo Finish, the game with the horses, Sanctum, Symmetry, Tippling, Sunglass, Pump.fun, Soul Farm, Steppen. You remember Steppen? Of course you do. Odious. Do you remember Odious? Where's Odious? Star Atlas, Glow, Solana wallet, in case you didn't know, SolSea, and ISC. A very interesting concept of a flat coin with a big different stocks and bonds, anti-inflationary in their tactic, where you can hold your stablecoin replacement, because stablecoin is not anti-inflationary. The dollar is inflationary, low inflation rate with very good exportability, because the rest of the planet needs dollars. So the US can print dollars and just export them out of their local economy. And then what happens? They do not suffer this dilution of dollars, because the Saudis and the petrol heads and all the sub-Saharan African countries are using dollars to peg their currency. Same goes for Central American and stuff like that. And countries like those that are suffering from currency issues, the market happens in dollars. If you go to Argentina and you check the property market, nobody's selling their apartments in the skyscraper for pesos that have like 100% inflation per year. What you gonna do with that money? It's useless in a couple of years. So what they do it in dollars. So the idea is with ISC, which is interesting. I'm taking a closer look to ISC just because there is a proposal on the Dean's List DAO for replacing the way we pay the grants and the tasks for ISC Flatcoin. And it's interesting. It has like treasury bonds and some dollars and some stables and some this, and has a little bit of yield bearing assets. Interesting concepts. This is what we need. This kind of freedom, this kind of choice. This is what makes DeFi great. So very, very interesting dApps. And if you're looking into playing around, getting your hands dirty with those dApps and seeing what the real Solana is, because the real Solana has alpha version dApps that don't work well, that there's not going to be a ledger connection, it's not going to be user-friendly, it's going to crash often, you're going to have bugs, you're going to have to play in DevNet. That's the real Solana. And if you want the early alpha, those are the projects you need to join in order to find the best dApp that when the coin drops, you know this competent team is going to ship, is going to build, and is not just going to pay Reddit moderators. Which again, I think Jupiter team is a very competent team. So Untied Bear is asking if I'm planning to stream some of those events. Hopefully, yes. Sitting down with Solana people is going to be fun. I think it's going to be in short bursts, most probably. I'll use a 360 camera. I got an Insta360. That's going to be a fun thing to do. Walk around the hacker house and talk to people. So yeah, let's do this. I know Zico and his crew are going to be there. So if I want to bug someone for a stable connection, better lights, or less noise, I know who to poke. So yeah, long list of projects, long list of Web3 work. Market is going sideways. Stay put. Don't waste your soul. Don't waste your USDC. Join us in Island DAO. I think it's important to join those events. Untied Bear. If there is a way for you to come, I think since you are also in the Futarchy as a service review team, feedback review team, I think that would be so much fun to get the whole crew together and give some feedback there, sat around the table next to the pool, smoking cigars. If not, you'll just join us from the voice comms. Ali is asking me what I think about the ISC stablecoin. Man, you know what? At first idea, there are two things that come to my mind. First, two things come immediately and they clash inside. And I do not know which one is stronger. One little devil comes to my head and says, these are the things that depeg. This is what happens to these indices that are not well kept, not well documented, there's no transparency. Like, how do you control the peg and the people maintaining the peg? So that's one thought. The other thought, which is a positive one, is fuck yeah, why would I use stablecoins if I can use something that has anti-inflationary properties? It's a bigger win. And then there is the third thought. I don't know, man. Like, there is a third thought that No. These are the problems. This is the problem. How does this thing depeg? And no, aren't they, if you're undertaking risk in order to keep a portfolio that's yield bearing, and you're going for 10-year treasury bonds that give like minimum yield, you're coming from the crypto industry. I think it's underwhelming. I think it's underwhelming. Those APYs are underwhelming if you compare them with a basic validator. And I'm saying a validator because this is the lowest contract risk you can get. You can get a 6.9% annual inflation, annual gain, risk-free in a way on Sol. Without custodial, without contract, without anything. And I'm not saying it that you should do this with your savings. No, I'm just saying that when you put into perspective those two yield-bearing worlds, the traditional finance where banks give you 0.2% and T-bills, the safest ones in the world for every country, but for the US even more, are still not really, like, we saw negative yields not long ago, you know? So, and on the other hand, you get a risk-free, contract risk-free, and custodial risk-free, 6.9, it bothers me. But, overall, I like the idea. So, one is, this shit depeg, who's behind it, and how well audited these guys are. Because if this thing becomes big, and we're using it because we think it's going to become big. If we don't think it's going to become big, why would we use it? No, it's gonna stay small, fuck it. I'm gonna go to the thing that's gonna go big. These things, when they go big, they tend to implode. What you need to do is have extremely good auditing. One of the big three, not some kind of unknown inland Chinese auditor. All right. You need one of the big three, like Moody's or, you know, someone that is really good at this shit to keep track. You need to be a US entity because the US is the best at catching this kind of shit. The KYC you need to go through with the US when you're getting into the financial system is insane. So having the Fed registration as a money service, I think it's positive. I am keeping a larger percentage of my stablecoin holdings in USDC and not in USDT, which I am holding a lot. And I love Tether, and I thank Tether for what has offered in the crypto world it was the only stablecoin, and the Tether FUD was real. But I'm keeping more stablecoin in Circle just because it's a US entity. I trust the US is not gonna let this happen. If you remember, FTX US accounts didn't experience any issues. Only the rest of us, the international clients, got completely fucked. So I like what the ISC is building. I think it's extremely necessary to experiment on these dynamics. I am going to use it. I want the DAO's treasury to partially use it. I would exercise caution. These are the shit that they peg, and I want regulation. Since you're holding T-bills and you're playing the bank, or at least the bank's balance sheet, you're mimicking it, I want the strongest auditors to take a look at the books and continuously to make sure that these things are in place. The moment this happens, fuck yeah. Let's pay people with anti-inflationary, yield-bearing stablecoins. That's the best. So, not much to say. I want you to stay put, keep your soul. Don't waste your time with meme coins. Don't waste your time and soul with NFTs, with NFT platforms. Use your soul for non-financial transactions. Do that. Trust me. Trust me. Learn how to use your DevNet part of your wallet. Get into early builds, early communities. Work for some of those teams that have raised capital. You can't believe. Parenthesis. All these teams that are raising capital are raising it in USDC or USDT because that's what the VCs have. This is how they do it. And I'm not saying public sales. I'm not saying Jupiter Launchpad kind of shit. I'm just saying seed sales, friends and family sales, VC sales, this kind of shit. These all happen with crypto dollars. Then the teams are a bunch of amateurs. It's 6 dudes. Half of them have no neck. The other half are virgins. They've been coding their whole life. I'm exaggerating to make it slightly funnier, by the way. So these dudes are not really good at deploying capital. These dudes know how to build shit. You can't imagine how hard it is. It's very hard to convert those money to real world assets, to rent a space, to travel around, to create expenses. It's a lot of bureaucracy to create a company, to get a bank account, to get accountants, to get lawyers, to sign softs, to get agreements, to find talent, employ it, and keep it. It's all extremely hard and require it's more than a full-time job. Like, you can't be a developer and do this shit. You'll never ship anything. So be the one that is knocking to these dApps doors, to these newly formed teams that have just raised funds, and offer your expertise. Do your competitive analysis. Give them feedback. Organize their community. Take initiative. Be the Reddit moderator. Create a treasury for the community, for the DAO. Create a DAO. like, do you see a coin that doesn't have a DAO? It's not that they don't want a DAO. Trust me, everybody wants a DAO. It's just they can't do it. Like, you know your shit around realms. Yes, you do. Go make it. You don't, go learn it. Ask Legend. Legend is here. Legend constantly, like, thank you, Legend. Legend Official TV is always airdropping me Twitch crystals. He's writing the documentation for realms. Go bug him. Learn realms. Go around. Ask to ask teams to create their DAO. And man, become an expert. Trust me, there's a lot of money to be made. Risk-free. It's insane. Just learn realms. Learn to offer solution. Learn the flavors. Understand the differences. And understand which case fits where. Get into the ecosystem calls. Befriend a couple of realms power users. Create a little team. Sell DAOs around the world. Dude, you made it. That's it. Here you go. So, lovely friends, stay bullish. Stay on top of it. Don't degen trade. Don't farm for airdrops. Don't be that guy. We got better things to do. Come to Island DAO. And if you don't come to Island DAO, plan to visit other IRL events. It's so important. And every time breakpoint time arrives, I'm like, I don't want to go to breakpoint. I don't want to go mingle with people, constantly be happy, wake up at 6 in the morning and return home at 2 in the morning. Like, it's tiring. But every time I go to breakpoint, I'm like, fuck, that was extremely important. So, join those IRL events. Stay bullish. Stay on Solana. Stay on Solana DeFi. Use your time for non-financial transactions and speculation. Mingle in governance. And apply for Web3 work. I got your back. I love you all. And I'll see you from the island of Crete. I'm traveling on Friday. Hopefully during the weekend I can come online and say hi. See you soon. I love you all.